Hey Life Masters. Last video we went over the very basics of what machine learning is. We didn't delve into the technical details, but we illustrated how it works at a very conceptual level. If you need that overview, go check it out. If you want actual information about how machine learning works and why it will likely kill us all, check out the links in the description. This video will walk you through the actual setting up process of a model with the appropriate weights so you can start pumping out those embarrassing pictures of celebrities from 10 years ago. Okay, please don't do this, but if you do, show me because they're always hilarious. Before we start, you should probably understand that the model we'll be using, StableDiffusion, is tuned specifically for a very beefy GPU. Technically, you could run on a lower GPU or even on the CPU, but that's stupid and it would take forever. Don't be stupid. If you don't have a GPU, save up money to buy one and come back when you're serious about generating silly pictures about animals as astronauts. You'll probably also need a familiarity with Git, for which I recommend checking out Fireship's Git in 100 seconds. Now, I didn't actually check if it actually exists when writing this script, but I'm sure it does. I'm sure it's pretty good. Anyway, so what the hell even is StableDiffusion? Long story short, StableDiffusion is a machine learning model developed by this guy to address some of the shortcomings with the former top heavyweight of the ML scene, OpenAI's GPT-3. Without going into too much detail, OpenAI believes that the great unwashed masses can't be trusted with their super cool models, so they artificially gimp them and force the users to pay to use their code on their hardware. A lot of people thought this was very paternalistic, and so fast forward a few months, and some smart guys realized that they could just make it themselves. Which they did, and OpenAI was totally right. We can't be trusted, but whatever, the cat's out of the bag now. Screw you, Dad. StableDiffusion is designed to have weights be plug and play. Theoretically, the model itself will always stay consistent, while new weights that use less memory will continue to be trained. The weights themselves are hosted on Hugging Face, which is sort of GitHub for machine learning. So before you do anything, go to this address, which is also in the description, and download this 4.27 gigabyte file. These are the weights. It's a big old boy, but it's totally worth it. Since most of YouTube are mouth breathers and are scared of the command line, prove me wrong, I dare you. We'll be working with a version of StableDiffusion that has a web interface. As usual, written instructions can be found in the description, but anyway, the steps are pretty much this. Step 1. Install Miniconda from this link. Step 2. Open up a Miniconda prompt. Step 3. Clone the GitHub repo for this model. Step 4. Put the weights you downloaded in this folder in the project you just cloned. Step 5. Rename the weights to model.ckpt. Step 6. Run webui.cmd. Windows may bark at you that this file is unsafe, but as long as you're sticking with stuff sanctioned by the community, you should be more or less okay. Depending on your system, it could take a while to start up, but eventually you'll get this little message at the bottom of your screen, which means your model installation is ready. Type that sucker into a web browser and look at that, your very own AI art generator willing to do your bidding. In a future video, I'll go over prompt engineering and getting your images just right, but until then, knock yourself out. Thanks for checking out my first 2 videos. I'm mostly doing this because I'm bored and I want to interact with a wider community. So those poor lost souls who sat through 4.5 minutes of hell as I tried this out, thanks. Speaking of community, I built a website. It's an invite-only community hub that's focused on niche hobbies and regional topics. Think Reddit, but with a bouncer at the door to keep the bots and the boring people out. I've hidden invite links in the descriptions of the first 2 videos. Let me know in the comments if there's any interest, and I'll put some more invites to get the community going. I don't know how to end these, so bye.